Before you dive in, make sure you're somewhere totally alone because Karoline Leavitt's shadowy side is much darker than you've ever heard, and it's going to blow your mind. Karoline, the fresh-faced conservative rising star who never missed a beat on cable panels, is the polished former White House press liaison who smiled while delivering talking points. However, beyond that composed facade is a history of clandestine meetings, dubious fundraising strategies, and affiliations she made a valiant effort to conceal. You will be left dumbfounded by the facts Karoline didn't want you to know, so stay with me through every amazing detail, especially the last one concerning the shell companies, and watch through to the very end. It all began in early 2021, when Karoline established Citizens for Civic Renewal, a nonprofit organization, in secret. It appeared to be a small 501c4 organization with the goal of registering new voters in rural areas. However, bank documents that investigative reporters were able to get revealed that more than $2 million was transferred through the organization in just 6 months, money that was never used for any kind of grassroots outreach. Large sums were instead transferred to a little-known D.C. public relations company where Karoline's top aide had previously worked. She personally approved invoices under digital engagement and social media amplification, according to emails, but investigators found no advertisements or canvassing activities connected to the group. Karoline's team never produced evidence of any voter drives, petitions, or ad placements, but when challenged, they blamed clerical errors. Rumor has it that Karoline met off the grid with lobbyists for big pharmaceutical corporations in the spring of 2022. According to a leaked calendar entry, representatives known for being against drug price reforms had a dinner reservation in Georgetown at 10 a.m., which is well outside of any White House schedule. Karoline surprised allies who remembered her vehement comments just weeks earlier, when she openly modified her position on legislation to cap insulin costs shortly after. According to sources, lobbyists discreetly expressed their gratitude to her by giving $50,000 to her campaign account under the pretense of a leadership honorarium. Karoline said that new data that has never been made public was the reason for the change of heart when ethical watchdogs questioned the timing. The most shocking development, however, occurred last fall when a whistleblower from Karoline's own team exposed a network of shell corporations organizations used to embezzle funds from anonymous donors established in Delaware and Nevada. Corporate filings refer to a single P.O. box in Reno but do not list any actual offices or employees. Bank transactions reveal money shifting from those shells into Karoline's personal expense accounts, funding upscale fashion consultants, private jet flights between campaign visits, and opulent stays at 5-star hotels in Washington, D.C. Campaign finance specialists discovered no record of reimbursement or disclosure, a flagrant breach of federal law, despite her press office's denial of any personal profit and assertion that all expenses were campaign-related. Throughout it all, Karoline has remained composed in public, grinning on Sunday talk shows, occasionally giving victims of political division a sympathetic nod, and promising to always be honest. Beneath that facade, however, is a strategist who is prepared to skirt the law, make friends with powerful people, and hide her money in legal snags. Insiders claim she had a temper tantrum last winter after discovering a rival had her Delaware shell-proof and threatening to reveal it. According to reports, Karoline pleaded with her advisor to make it go away in exchange for access to sensitive briefing documents. Why is this important then? Because we now know that Karoline Leavitt has learned all of the old D.C. machine's worst techniques, despite being marketed to the public as a passionate advocate for transparency and a new voice against it. Her experience serves as a warning. Charm may conceal evil, and when newcomers use optimism as a weapon for their own benefit, they can be the most dangerous. If Karoline Leavitt's dubious side shocked you, here are some things you can do. Subscribe. For more in-depth exposes that hold influential people accountable, contact your local representatives to demand stricter enforcement of campaign finance laws, and share this video with #UnmaskLeavitt so friends can learn the truth. Because it is our responsibility to expose every hidden corner when the facade of honesty breaks.